In today's news, major changes to the country's Test and Go program. Donated supplies of Covovax will be offered to the unvaccinated and those allergic to other vaccines. And sexy ladies stealing gold in Pattaya. All this is coming up in today's program.
Could you please take a moment to click the like and subscribe button? It helps us way more than you know.
You're watching Thailand News Today, bringing you the latest stories in Thailand and beyond. I'm Natty and I'm filling in for Jet Gunther. Starting off with some breaking news. Thailand's CCSA has just announced major changes to the country's Test and Go program, part of the broader Thailand Pass. International travelers will no longer need to take a PCR test on arrival. The requirement to book an SHA Plus hotel as part of the Test and Go entry scheme is also abolished under today's CCSA decision. The removal of the PCR test for vaccinated travelers is the big headline for today's changes, whilst the CCSA will still recommend an ATK test on the fifth day and expect travelers to monitor their health whilst in Thailand. Insurance coverage requirements will also be dropped from $20,000 to $10,000. The bad news is that the Thailand Pass remains as a registration for anybody wanting to enter Thailand, Thais and foreigners alike. Documentation, including vaccination certificates and proof-of-go insurance, will still need to be uploaded and approved before your arrival in Thailand. The CCSA also discussed the reopening of all land border checkpoints and has reviewed the color coding of provinces based on their infection rates. In other good news, it was confirmed that restaurants, even the ones operating as pseudo bars and SHA Plus registered, will be able to remain open until midnight. But this official requirement has been broadly flaunted in recent months as nightlife owners have pushed to return to normal operating hours. All this is expected to be enacted from May 1st next week, but a confirmed date has not yet been announced at this time. All the changes will need to be signed off and published in the Royal Gazette. Donated supplies of the Covovax protein subunit vaccine will be offered to the unvaccinated as well as people who are allergic to other vaccine types. Opat Kankawinpong from Thailand's Department of Disease Control says the doses which were donated by India and partner countries in the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue have already been sent to the Medical Sciences Department to be cleared for distribution. The protein subunit vaccine will be offered to those who remain unvaccinated as well as people who are allergic to other vaccines, provided they are given the go-ahead from their doctor. The vaccine is administered in 2 doses, which are given 3 weeks apart. There are currently no plans to offer the vaccine as a booster dose. Covovax and other protein subunit vaccines contain harmless, purified fragments of the virus, selected for their ability to trigger immunity. The technology behind the vaccine is considered safe and is already used in many common vaccines, including those used to inoculate against hepatitis B. Thailand's Health Minister Anutin Charnvirakul says officials are still calling on people to get vaccinated or get their booster doses when offered, in particular, young people returning to school when the new term starts in mid-May. It's understood that fewer than 50% of children between ages of 5 and 11 have received a first vaccine dose, and only around 4% have received their second doses. Of children between the ages of 12 and 17, 87% have received their first vaccine dose and over 74% have received 2 doses. However, only 1.6% have received a booster dose. The government has reserved 7 million vaccine doses, which will be administered to school students during the month of May. A tourist in Pattaya claims that last night, a Thai woman and a transgender individual who both wore sexy dresses stole his gold necklace worth about 33,000 baht. The 45-year-old tourist told the Pattaya News the pair also tried to convince him to sleep with them. The tourist said he noticed later, after he had rejected the alleged thief's approach, that his pricey necklace was missing. He filed a report to Pattaya City Police last night, saying the incident happened in front of a hotel on Pattaya 2nd Road. Police immediately arrived at the scene and are checking CCTV footage nearby in order to track down the suspects and take further legal actions.
Choose your trip to your favourite island with 5-Star Marine. Go to 5starmarinephuket.com.
4 police officers from the main city Samut Sakhon police station southwest of central Bangkok were dismissed from their positions after being reported for allegedly selling special tickets to traffic Burmese migrants. The tickets required Burmese migrant workers to pay a monthly fee of 500 baht and carry the tickets everywhere to avoid arrest. Burmese people in the area called it 500 baht tickets because they had to pay the officers 500 baht every month to avoid arrest. The ticket just looked like a local bus ticket. It was a small piece of paper that featured the name, company name, phone number, and the expiry date. The investigation started after the story went viral. The Commissioner of Provincial Police Region 7 says that the authorities were now going to investigate the situation. Yesterday, the commissioner sidelined 4 police to office duties as the allegations are investigated. They will now be working at the office of the Provincial Police Region 7 from yesterday until the completion of the investigation. The 4 dismissed officers includes the superintendent, deputy superintendent, inspector police, and a squad leader. The superintendent of the main city Samut Sakhon police station announced that he was ready to stand down from his position and is willing to be questioned. After a guard at the Thonburi Women's Correctional Institute in Bangkok was suspected of corruption and bribery, an investigation is now underway. In return for alleged special treatment, the guard wanted money from the family of a prisoner. The guard, who has not been named, is now suspended during the investigation and will be fired if proven guilty. Somsak Thepsutin, the Justice Minister, has directed the Corrections Department to look into the matter. The order came after the daughter of the inmate and a lawyer filed a case against the unknown guard with the Deputy Permanent Secretary at the Justice Ministry. The daughter says the guard forced her family to pay by promising to look after her imprisoned mother. She added that she was unable to contact her mother and was worried about her safety. She showed proof, including 9 bank transaction receipts valued at 6,200 baht. Her family regularly gave the money to the guard at her house. Her mother was a motorbike taxi driver before being arrested last year in June, after authorities discovered her bank account had been used to receive money from marijuana dealers. With department regulations allowing relatives to only communicate with prisoners via video calls due to COVID safeguards, the unnamed guard reportedly said that family visits were banned. The family lost contact with their mother after the payments were made. They were told that writing letters wasn't allowed either because of the pandemic restrictions. Later, it was revealed that this restriction was bogus. The daughter told investigators that the guard offered to give her mother lighter jobs for her to do and would take good care of her during her time behind bars. And that's all for today's report from Thailand News Today. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, you're up to date on the Thaiger. Have a great day ahead. Sawadee ka.